Our next speaker is Valerin Roja, who is in grade 10 and from Colombia. She has not let go of her culture and continues to speak Espanol, being a sociable person and helping whoever she can. Please join me in welcoming Valerin to the stage with her story, The Spark Within.
Okay. I thought I knew who I was. But when I had to leave my country, I felt that I was leaving a piece of myself there, including my personality, my identity, and the way I used to talk to people. Colombia is so friendly. Whenever you go, you will always find a friend. The people in Colombia often make jokes, and they will always find a way to make you laugh. For me, that's what truly represents my country, and I'm deeply proud to be Colombian. When I first arrived here, I didn't know how to speak English. And like all the time, my brain was trying to process the new words, I was trying to understand what the people were saying. Pueden creer que cuando yo llegué aquí, yo no sabía cómo hablar y yo siempre me decía a mí misma que no lo iba a lograr, pero mírenme dónde he llegado. You don't understand me, right? That was me all the time, all the time. I couldn't speak, I couldn't understand the people. And for me, this was so frustrating because I like to have connection. I like to talk to people. And that connection, I used to feel it all the time in my country. Something that for a while I didn't have here. I couldn't communicate with them and I couldn't show my real me. This break me down so bad. But with the time, I start to meet new people that even though we don't have the same cultures, we are not from the same country, they make me understand that doesn't matter where you are or where are you from, you will always have a place where you belong. And they become like my second family, the people that support me and help me through the way. And I'm so glad because through this experience, I had the opportunity to meet them. And even though we don't speak the same language, I always try my best to be there for me, to be there for them, and they always try their best to be there for me. One of the hardest experiences of being here was when I found out that my aunt had passed away. She was like my second mother. We used to be so close. And I knew she had cancer. And I remember when we were saying bye to each other, I knew that probably will be the last day I would see her. But I remember that she took my hands and she told me that she was so proud of me because I was gonna have a better opportunities and I was gonna chase my future. But sometimes I ask myself, what is a meaning of a future if you don't have the people that you love by your side? What is a meaning of a success if you cannot share it with them? All these questions are still in my mind and I'm still asking myself, why did I have to leave my country behind? Why did I have to leave them? In my country, the people used to say that my personality was unique and that my smile used to come so naturally. But when I arrived here, that smile started to fade away because I wasn't able to show myself. I wasn't able to show my real me. As time went by, I started to learn English, I started to speak, and even though the translations don't carry the same meaning for me, I always try my best to show my Colombian personality because that's who I am and I'm really proud to be myself. This moving here was a culture shock. A culture shock because in Colombia we don't have winter. So I have to get used to the weather, I have to get used to the food. I have to get used with the people because as I said before, Colombia is so warm and welcoming. And here the people is most focused in what they have to do. I had to start from zero because I didn't know how to speak. And this was so frustrating. I felt in a deep void. Like I had lost my voice. Like I had lost my personality. Because I wasn't able to show my real me. I wasn't able to show to the people who I was. And when I moved here, I thought that I had to change my personality. I remember one day I was talking to my parents, And I tried to explain them how overwhelming I was feeling. And they told me that all of us have to make sacrifices to be here. But they told me that doesn't matter where you are or how many obstacles came into your way, we will always be there to support you. And as time went by, I started rediscovering myself. And I knew that I wasn't alone. I knew that I had my family here with me, and I knew that I had my family in my country, and I knew that I had my friends in my country, and I knew that I had my friends here. I started discovering myself, and I knew that a spark doesn't belong to a place. It lives inside me. The best thing you can do is let go everything out and give to your mind the rest it deserves. Because I realized that every experience that came to your ways has obstacles for you. But don't let those obstacles break you down. Don't let them shut you down. And be proud of who you are and show to the people who you are. Don't be shy. I remember one day I was in the EAL class. I was with Miss Soldrisha, and we were doing an assignment. And that assignment has a quote, and that quote is stuck in my mind. The assignment was, how can you pack your life in a suitcase? Because when I put my clothes, everything I could think is like, I'm gonna leave my family, I'm gonna leave my country, I'm gonna leave my life behind to start a new one. I had to leave my pet, that she was like everything for me. I had to live my whole life, I have to put it in a suitcase to start a new one. The day I found out that I had to leave my country, I was so shocked. I couldn't even believe it. Because my country is what truly represents me. And I didn't want to leave my family. I didn't want to start a new life. I was scared. I was scared because I thought that I was going to change who I am. Because I thought that I had to change my personality to fit in. So when I had to leave my life behind to start a new one, to be here in Canada, it was so frustrating and I was so scared. My worst enemy was my mind. All I could think was like, Val, you have to change. If you want to have friends, you have to change. If you want to like start like to have more people, you cannot show who you are. So I was so scared and I didn't know how to show my real me. I remember when I was in the airport with my family, I remember that they were so happy for me. They were like, oh, Val, you're going to achieve your goals. You're going to like be there. But I didn't want to leave them. I remember walking through the airport and like every step I was giving, every step I was being far away from my family. I remember when I was in the plane and the plane started like to go in the air and I was in the window and my father was beside me. I remember that I started to cry. I couldn't stop because I felt that I was leaving my country. With the time, I realized that every experience that came to your life has a meaning and a purpose for you. And I realized that my spark doesn't belong to a place. It lives inside me. And doesn't matter where I am or who I am with, I will always try my best to keep my Colombian personality because that's what represents me. And I decide to don't let myself feel in a deep void again.